Spiky Bits.
Hey everybody, MBG here today with a look at the newest White Dwarf. This is issue 12, dated 19th of April 2014. It's an interesting issue. It's a, I guess, semi-filler issue. We've pretty much seen all the guard releases. I don't know if the fact that there's articles in here talking about how to use guard as allies or allying with guard, and they show blood angels on the front. I don't know if that's dramatic foreshadowing as to what Space Marine faction maybe or even 40k release might be out next. I don't know if they'll maybe splash in blood angels, but that'd be super terrific. I'm sure Orc players would definitely like a full release as well, but hey, you just never know what you get these days with Games Workshop. Speaking of which, not knowing what you get with Games Workshop, here's the issue itself. And we have new tools. Like, where who would have thought? I don't know. So the new releases for this week are tools, and we'll get to that shortly. But let's talk about the contents of the book itself. It goes over all the new tools and things like that. Then we've got some more new releases for Black Library. Then it goes over Armies of the Imperium, where it basically kind of starts talking about Imperial Guard itself, like the history and different things like that. Hall of Fame, another model is elected into the Hall of Fame. This one I actually kind of agree with. Then we've got a Hobbit here. It seems like they always put Hobbit in at the end of the month as filler. I'm sure that's kind of disparaging to some of the Hobbit fans, but I don't know. This seems about the only time they can manage to fit it in. Hammer the Emperor, they kind of go over some allies and some different tactics and things for actually playing with the Imperial Guard. Sprues and Glue, where they talk about basically how to use these tools in conjunction with your hobbying. Paint Splatter was actually pretty neat. It shows how to use the textured paints, the G-Dub textured paints, and gives some different dry brushing recipes and things like that for actually, you know, making a bunch of different basing schemes, which I thought was pretty cool. It wasn't as boring and stupid as the how to dry brush craters from a couple issues ago, but it's useful and it looked good and it's functional. So I'm totally okay with it. I think it was a good paint splatter, and then just some wrap up stuff in the back, which is, you know, just kind of the stuff they normally do. Let's talk about the new releases. They've come out with their own exclusive line of very pricey clippers or tools in general that you know, I think it's going to be left to the consumer to decide whether they're going to bite on this. $30 for clippers, you know, $25 for an X-Acto blade, $18 for a mold line remover. I mean, I paid $22 for a solid steel, multiple angle facet, I guess, whatever you want to call it, solid tempered steel, double-sided. Actually, you know, it was basically a triangular device that had two sides to it that tapered into a point. I paid $22 for it, and I think that was value, but $18 for this, I'm not sure about that. So it's some very pricey items. $18 for files, $20-some for sculpting tools. I believe the drill is $25. That's kind of rough. That's kind of pricey. You know, we can get tools anywhere, and I think it's a little insulting for those prices. $150 for this tool set. I mean, Gale Force 9 only charges $50 for an 18-piece sculpting set that comes in a very similar canvas bag as well, and I think that's right on the outer cusp of reasonable. So I guess it's going to be left to us as consumers to decide if that's a good deal or not, or if GW has jumped the shark on their price there. This is the Armies of the Imperium article where, you know, they talk about a lot of different things. Here's some artwork from the old Rogue Trader book where it shows the Imperial Army, or the beginnings of the Astra Militarum, and then it kind of goes into a lot of things there. I wanted to show you this other section here. Here's the new Hall of Fame entry, which is Snickrot. Then we skip to the Hobbit. So very interesting stuff there. Sprues and Glue, where they show you how to use these new tools and hopefully how to take care of them and make them last forever, I hope. And it was interesting. I mean, there's how to use the mold line remover. You kind of scrape it, you peel it like an apple towards you, which is way more safer than doing that with an X-Acto blade. You definitely don't want to slip and cut right into your thumb at all. But you know, again, it's you can find tools like that anywhere. And then they just they get into the paint splatter article, which I thought, like I said, was a good one. Nice schemes for doing some different basing. Nice chunky textured paint there that I think they have about 9 different ones. So pretty cool stuff, and it gives you lots of ideas on hobbying as well. And then it kind of wraps up in the back. So you know, I think as far as this issue goes, like it was decent. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't super good. And I guess, like I said, it's all up to us to figure out whether that those tools are worth our hard-earned money or not. I can tell you here at FTW Games and Spiky Bits, we will not be carrying them because I do not think customers are going to purchase them when I have the same stuff about a third of the price right next to it on the shelf from different manufacturers. So that's it from the horse's mouth here. Definitely make your own decision on that. And that's it for this one, guys. Make sure you stay in your trenches, subscribe to this YouTube channel, check out the blog, spikybitsblog.com, and listen to our podcast, forgethenarrative.com.
Spiky Bits.